Dogs are loyal, protective, sometimes too protective. This is the story of Toby, a rescue dog who wouldn't stop barking at the basement. What his family found next left them terrified. The Parkers had just moved to a quiet town in upstate Oregon. Looking for a fresh start, they chose an old fixer-upper surrounded by woods. With them was Toby, a calm, obedient German Shepherd mix they'd adopted 6 months earlier. He adjusted quickly, until he noticed the basement. It began subtly. Toby would sit at the basement door every night around the same time, 3:13 a.m. At first, the Parkers thought he was just restless. But then he started growling and barking, like someone was down there. Then things got worse. Lights would flicker. The basement door once opened on its own. Toby would pace at night, whining, looking between the family and the door. One night, the daughter, Ellie, had a nightmare, a woman calling her name from below. Curious and scared, Sarah, the mother, asked around. A neighbour said the house had been empty for decades. The last tenant vanished. The police never found anything, because they never checked the basement. To calm their fears, they set up a camera. For 3 nights, nothing. But on the 4th, something changed. At 3:13 a.m, Toby sat up. He stared, locked onto the door. Then the lights flickered. And for just 2 seconds, something appeared. It wasn't human. It wasn't right. And it only showed up when Toby reacted. The next morning, they opened the basement. It was cold, dusty, silent. But behind an old shelf, a false wall, broken boards, and behind it, an old suitcase. The woman Ellie dreamed of was real. She'd lived there in 1989 and never left. They didn't wait. The Parkers moved out the next week. They never explained what they saw in the footage, but they kept Toby, because if he hadn't noticed, they might still be sleeping above whatever was down there. What would you do if your pet saw something you couldn't?